Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You're here on the home of the slightly above average ship review, Hurricane Watch edition. Here in the Southern Command, we are threatened by Mother Nature because I did not buy an electric car. All right, we are on Two Brothers. It is a capture the base match. We are top tier, allegedly, and we are in the Florida. According to Wargaming's Ministry of Balance, the Florida was recently buffed. I do not believe it was actually buffed, but I'm going to read you the purported buffs that were applied to the Florida. Main battery shell grouping increased by 2.9% from 1.7 to 1.75 sigma. I don't think that happened. Main battery dispersion improved by 11% from an improved battleship dispersion to the battle cruiser dispersion. I don't think that happened. AP shell mass increased by 30, 20, 25 kilos, allegedly increasing AP shell pen by 4.5%. I don't think that happened. Main battery reload time reduced from 33.5 to 31 seconds. I'll concede that that may have actually happened. I got to tell you, I played 10 to 15 matches in the Florida post-buff, alleged buff, using every different battleship commander I own. So that's William Sims. Now I'm forgetting everybody's name. Azur Lane, New Jersey. Boss Dewey, and the guy we have behind the wheel right now, Willis Lee. I personally think because of the AA and the secondaries of Florida that Willis Lee is the right commander to use in the ship. But that being said, I tried all of them, and I did not have satisfactory results in any of those matches. There was one other match where I had basically the same result that we're going to get in this match. Granted, most of those matches were down tier, but I can only play the matches that they give to me. 80% of the matches we were down tier. The Florida still gets absolutely destroyed when it is down tier in most games if you are playing with any amount of aggression whatsoever. Speaking of aggression, we're seeing a destroyer immediately retreat to the rear, so I'm really glad he was on our team. All right, Omaha, I believe that's a fail division. We get some shots out and they all overpen. Mahan out here, no thanks to our destroyer, is going to operate with impunity. Secondaries of the Florida are going off. They're not really doing anything to speak of. And the Omaha, which is normally a floating dev strike, is still alive. Still alive. Here's the best part. Right as we shoot, somebody else gets kill. All right. Is that Nagano? It is Nagano. All right. I originally had planned to run aground on this island and then back up and get my third turret on target. That really didn't work out. I mean, I did run aground, but then I decided not to back up when I saw these torpedoes coming in. Again, without the assistance of the quote-unquote friendly destroyer, that wasn't a good idea to keep going. All right, we shoot at Agano. More ricochets. One pen did actually get a Citadel hit. But again, the purported buffs, I just don't see it in the gun performance of this ship. It's going to be really evident in a future salvo. Miyoji-like, I'll say that right now. All right, Tennessee. I'm encouraging my teammates to shoot the Tennessee. He disappeared, so we're just going to shoot to where we were last aiming. And 2 hits and more overpens, I guess. So I found that kind of shocking that we were overpenning the Tennessee. So maybe that penetration buff too much? I don't know. You would think that I would get full value on another battleship, even if it's down tier. That didn't happen. Here's the salvo I'm talking about, Miyoji-like. Great sight picture on Aoba. We're aiming for the rear because he's backing up a little bit. And we got 3 shells that didn't do any damage. So, shell grouping, no, I don't buy that. Dispersion improvement, nope, I don't buy that either. We shot 8 shells, 3 of them hit and did no damage whatsoever. So, and he was pretty much flat broadside. I'm pretty sure the Aoba isn't known for a robust armor profile. So, no, I don't believe that. There's the first salvo I've shot with any accuracy whatsoever. And we managed to eke out 1 kill before eating a torpedo. All right, we're going to send another rear turret towards Aoba. This time we're shooting HE, and we got 1 shell hit. So again, at a ship that's 6 kilometers away, 4 shells, only 2 hit, only 1 does any damage at all. That's just shamefully bad. The Tennessee, which I was ignoring, got killed. So we're going to move in here. Again, you see why the secondaries trick you into using Willis Lee, because you think they're shooting a lot. They must want to do damage. Not really. All right, same aim point on Aoba. We're going to move it forward just a little bit. All 3 turrets. That is the first salvo with any meaningful impact. Again, our 1 penetration was a Citadel hit, but a bunch of overpens. So I hate to say it at this point, I'm concluding that the pen value was not needed, but the accuracy buff really doesn't come into play until you're very, very close to the enemy ship. All right, I'll spoil it now. Our best match that I played, which I've recorded, but frustratingly, I thought there's got to be a better match out there. I had like 86k damage, and I was second in our team to a tier 5 ship. So if they buff the Florida, I can't tell. With the exception of this shell penetration, which I think probably was something they didn't need, but I just cannot believe that the accuracy and dispersion got the buffs that they claim it did, simply because the gun performance of the ship is still utterly abysmal. And I can tell you in these other matches that you're not seeing, out of a 4 shell salvo, 1 shell's usually high, 1 shell's usually short, and 2 shells get to the target. Whether they actually pen and do damage is something else altogether. Or overpen and do, 10% damage? So I know they were allegedly trying to fix the ship. I know there have been community contributors who've had great matches in it since the alleged buff and make you think it's great. I'm sorry, I just don't buy that. That salvo was not exceedingly accurate at a ship that was 6 kilometers away, but we already saw that with Aoba anyway. So allegedly they buffed the Florida. I'm sorry, I can't tell. And really, I think one of the best ways to fix this ship would be to move it down to tier 5. Because, I don't know, I would love to hear if somebody thinks it's playing better. But 10 matches, I generally know what I'm doing in battleships. I just don't see the alleged improvement of this ship. I don't. And at short range, to miss the Aoba like that, or to overpen everything and not have anything do any real damage, really, really lame. But this match right here is a microcosm of my matches in the Florida since this rework. I think, oh, hey, it's going to be really good, and it's just really disappointing. Anyway, hopefully I can get some of the split, or maybe the tier 6 destroyer, whose name I can't remember. I think it starts with an O. Anyway, hoping to get out another pan-European destroyer video for you next week. But the Florida buff, I don't know, doesn't feel like a buff to me. Didn't really improve our performance in that match, that's for sure. Anyway, have a good weekend. Stay out of the hurricane. I'll see you guys next week.